Hello everyone, welcome to this week's track guide. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Usually recently it's been race guides, but given that I'm gonna give you some tips for daily race B, which is a 5-lapper, I figured let's focus on the qualifying lap, because in the 5-lappers where you qualify is the most important thing. I think I've done a track guide of this track before, Dragon Trails. This isn't Seaside, this is the other one, Gardens, and I think I've mentioned as well that it is one of my favorite tracks in the game. Very technical, a lot of details in the gradients of the track itself, and that's what makes it interesting, that's what makes it difficult. So I'm using a Ferrari 458 Grade 4, Group 4, which is actually a 458 challenge in real life. I can tell you in real life that these cars are very fun to drive. I've done quite a few laps in this in real life. Sound is awesome, and I actually think that they seem to have nailed the sound with this car in the game. Too bad about the setup of the Group 3 car, but the Group 4 car, it's actually very easy to drive, very benign, quite soft, decent braking but not amazing. But actually one of the key things here is, for this car there's actually pretty decent top speed in Group 4, so you may lose out a little bit in the corners. It is heavier than the other cars, even with the BOP, but on the straights you will, as long as you can stay in the slipstream, you may have a shot at actually doing quite well in the daily races. Don't go off the track on your preparation lap, David. Okay, so key thing specifically with this car is I adjust the brake balance throughout the lap. You want good rotation around here, which is why the Huracan is the carb choice. Bombing into the first corner, roll in, and you have to clip the curb there. You can go 5th or 4th in this car, obviously run wide a little bit and then brake at the curb here. The key thing here is you want to get on the power here as early as you can to get your straight to start as early as possible. That is the key thing around this track. You can gain a second in Sector 1 just by getting the chicane right. So over-slow the entry so you can get on the power early for the exits. Braking for the hairpin, this is where you want to go to, I'm over-slowing it here. You want to adjust your brake balance so that you have good braking. We're going to get that corner right the next time. But the main thing is you want to brake on the limit and get the rotation done before the apex so you can get on the power early. Going through here, you should be in 4th gear, then 3rd gear, set up the corner early, apex early, get on the power as early as possible without drifting into the gravel. Go back to -3 on the brake balance, because this long corner is going to catch you out. It's downhill, so it's going to create understeer. And because of that sort of downhill understeery feeling, we go rear on the brake balance. Okay, staying rear, we're going to brake at the end of the Armco barrier, deep V, and late apex. Get on the power as early as you can here. Start your straight sort of at the beginning of before the second apex. That is the key for that corner. If you start your apex, the power too late, it means your straight is starting later. So let's do another lap. 4th gear or 5th gear through here is good. 4th gear actually gives you some pretty decent acceleration. Braking at the curb, down to 3rd, clip the left apex, over slow for the right apex, and then stay full gas. Maximize that curb there, but don't touch the orange with your outside wheels so that your straight starts as soon as possible. Adjust the brake balance to the front to get better braking performance, and brake just before the curb. 3, 2, 1. There you go. The earlier you get on the power there, the better. Go back to the rear on the brake balance, clip this left apex, curb I mean, roll through here. You want to touch that curb ideally. 3rd gear is for the rotation, you want to clip that apex ideally. Okay, it's not a clean lap, but we're going to get it done. Then brake, clip the curb here, downhill corner. Okay, carry as much speed as you can, and you want to get on the power as early as you can, but you're always going to be battling that because of the understeer. So if you get the entry wrong, you're going to be understeering off the track and fighting the car the whole way through. It's going to cost you at least 2 or 3 tenths. This corner is not easy because you're braking on the limit and you're drifting very wide, just to the edge of the track. So if you get the braking point wrong, you're going to go wide, and you're not going to get a good exit. So you got to treat that double apex very carefully, respect it, and think as much as you can about the exit of the corner as much as you, and less so sort of the middle section. So you're setting up that final corner just so you can get a good exit. Same here. Think less of that right-hander. Whoa, here's a mistake. You want to get the center of the car over the sausage on the left, okay? That will help you sort of have a flat car on the exit without too much drama. So that there is an example of braking on the wrong line for the hairpin. The key thing with the hairpin there is the entry is off camber, so you want to get as close to the curb on the entry as possible to cope with the off camber nature of that hairpin. Okay, if you brake too wide and stay wide for too long, you're on the downhill part of the entry, and you're not going to be able to turn in, which is what was illustrated there. Here's an illustration of if you go too wide on the entry and miss all your apexes. You're just going to have to wait until you get on the power. I should have adjusted my brake balance through that section, but I was telling you about hairpins. There you go. So getting on the power as early as we can. Still not as good as my first or my ghost lap on lap 3, but I hope you found this useful, and good luck with the daily races. Racing around this track is super fun. Remember, you can gain a lot of time in the chicane here. Do not overtake in the chicane, rather get the run on them and overtake into the hairpin deep on the inside, staying on camber as much as you can. Okay, that's it for this week's track guide. Good luck, and I'll see you on the next lap.